Alright guys, so this is another one of them videos where we are going to discuss what is being said about the replacement of Jurgen Klopp. I think, just so you guys are aware of a few things, I might start putting question marks in like the title and stuff, just so when you guys see a question mark in the title, you understand it's not a fact or anything. It's, you know, it's an article, it's something I'm reading. So if you see something like, you don't have to click on it, you don't have to watch it if you get sick of it. It's just obviously, of course, this is the big news right now, so I probably am going to be reading a lot of things that sound the same, a lot of things that, you know, you might get sick of hearing. So just to give you a little bit of an heads up in regards to what content's probably going to be coming to the channel. Obviously, if I think a lot of stuff's just a load of bollocks, I'm not going to do it. But, you know, stuff like this today, for instance, I was going to do this video before the game, to be fair. But Jonathan Northcroft's put two articles out today, and basically there's this one here. Where's it gone now? How Liverpool are going to choose Jurgen Klopp's replacement based on data. And then there was this other one which I want to just go over a little bit. It was just about Jurgen Klopp's human side forced him to walk away from Liverpool. Now there's just a couple of snippets out of this I want to take, so we'll start with this one. Basically this article states that Jurgen's wife Ula loves life on Merseyside, and apparently she had to persuade him to stay last year halfway through the season to do this season. So this has probably been coming for a long time, guys. Like it says here, like she loves living in their little village of Thornbury, and she persuaded him to stay when he was close to quitting midway through last season. Fatigued and mindful of his health, Klopp found 22-23 a dog year, as he put it in his press conference on Friday. And yeah, she basically was the one that convinced him to stay. There's a bit here as well where she says that during the 3-0 defeat against Wolves last season, she was sat in the stands and all she could hear was the fans around her throwing abuse at Klopp because of the defeat, and she still persuaded him to stay. Do you know? So yeah, that's that one basically, guys. And then we'll move on to this other one that he did as well, saying that Liverpool choose Jurgen Klopp's replacement based on data. Xabi Alonso may be a popular choice, but the club insists emotion will not play a part in selecting the next manager, as they take advice from Harvard particle physics graduate. Didn't know that. Liverpool will take a data-driven approach to their hunt for a new manager as they attempt to replicate the process that led them to appoint Jurgen Klopp. The Bayer Leverkusen head coach Xabi Alonso, Brighton's manager Roberto De Zerbi among those who will be considered, but although the appointment of the former Liverpool midfielder would be hugely popular with fans, the club want to take any emotion out of their search. A hire will only be made after their research and number crunching turns up a preferred candidate. I wonder, just reading this now, I wonder if this is kind of setting the stage for Alonso. You know, like, even if Alonso comes in, he's not coming in because of the emotion. He's coming in because they've done the numbers and it makes sense for him to come in. I wonder if there's something to do with that. This approach has underpinned most recruitment decisions taken by FSG since it took ownership of the club in 2010. The hunt for Klopp's successor is thought to have been underway for a considerable period, having been told that he wanted to leave in November, even though the news only made public on Friday. FSG President Mike Gordon will lead the process, having been instrumental in the 2015 appointment of Klopp, while Will Spearman, the Liverpool's Director of Research, is also expected to be influential. And he is the particle physics graduate from Harvard. I'm not going to go into anything else about him there. Spearman's analysis was pivotal to a successful summer transfer window, in which Liverpool recruited 4 midfielders, including Endo. The 15.4 million surprise purchase from Stuttgart, which was backed up by strong data after it was ran through the department on the 30-year-old. I still think that Endo's a stopgap signing, guys. I know he's done really, really well since he joined us, but I still think he's a stopgap signing. Klopp has said he will not be involved, and then there's some quotes here. The last thing they need is advice from an old man walking out. Data was crucial to his own appointment. The choice boiled down to Klopp or Carlo Ancelotti, with Klopp's difficult last season at Dortmund, who were bottom of the table at one point, taken into account. Analysis suggested that Dortmund's results were anomalies, with metrics such as an expected goal suggesting their performances merited a much higher finish. The number crunching also showed that Klopp had outperformed his resources in all but 2 of his 14 previous seasons as a manager. And that's basically that article, guys, is that. So, what do you think about that then, guys? I kind of feel like that's setting him up, that even if Xabi comes in as the choice, that it's because of this, I don't want to repeat myself, but as I just said earlier. And then lastly, guys, there's one other article I wanted to, well, in fact, there's just do these little snippets here. So, Sky Germany reporting that Leverkusen are confident that Alonso will stay in the summer, despite interest from Liverpool. And after Xavi decided to quit Barcelona, De Zerbi is their number 1 choice, according to Fabrizio Romano. So, if Liverpool want to appoint some managers, guys, we are in a very good position to get one in. It's just a case of we have to act probably fast to get the person that we want. Otherwise, we might miss out. So hopefully this number crunching is happened already. I'm of the opinion that Liverpool will narrow down this list within the next couple of weeks. You'd have thought, anyway. I think that, I've said it in my other videos as well, I think that they've only gone public now with the announcement because it's going to leak, because they're going to start talking to agents. So, yeah, I do think that within the next couple of weeks we might start seeing concrete talks with managers and stuff like that. People ruling themselves out of the chance of doing it, etc. And then there's another article here by Matt Law at The Telegraph that I'm going to just finish it up with, saying that Liverpool face fight for top targets to replace Klopp. Future of several big names is likely to be uncertain at the end of the season, to make finding a successor to the German far from simple. Liverpool face the prospect of stiff competition from their top targets to replace Jurgen Klopp, whose shock announcement that he will step down as manager is expected to precede a huge summer merry-go-round. Xabi Alonso and De Zerbi are the early front-runners for the Liverpool job. That's the second time we've heard that today. But sources in Germany claim that Alonso will feature prominently on Bayern Munich's list of candidates if they decide to replace Thomas Tuchel, who would be among Man United's targets, along with De Zerbi if Erik ten Hag is sacked. So basically they're saying that Alonso could go to Bayern Munich, and then Tuchel and De Zerbi could go to did I say that right? Alonso to Bayern Munich, and then Tuchel or De Zerbi to Man United. As Liverpool start the process of finding Klopp's successor, prominent directors of football and agents believe the field will become crowded with doubts hanging over the futures of Ten Hag, Tuchel, Southgate and Julian Nagelsmann, whose contract as the head coach of Germany runs until the end of July. A leading director of football who works and deals with all top European clubs told The Telegraph, "This promises to be a really big summer in terms of coaches moving between some of the top jobs. Klopp's announcement is going to be just the start of that." Mauricio Pochettino is currently in no danger of losing his Chelsea job, but failure to qualify for Europe could put him under pressure when his progress is reviewed at the end of the season. Former Chelsea coaches Conte, Mourinho and Graham Potter are all out of work and keen to start a new job in the summer. Potter and Tuchel have already been linked with the United job, following the investment that they've got, and De Zerbi is also in the frame if Ten Hag is sacked and Alonso is being targeted by Liverpool. Telegraph understands that Tuchel would be keen on a return to England if he leaves Bayern, and the German had been interested in succeeding Southgate, who may stand down. We don't really need to know about that. Would anyone take Thomas Tuchel at Liverpool? Just a random name to put out there. Potter, can't see him coming to Liverpool. That's the next paragraph. apparently he's the favourite to succeed Southgate if he steps down. Nagelsmann, he's in my top 3 of people I think most likely. Having been sacked by Bayern, Nagelsmann was considered by both Chelsea and Tottenham last summer before he took the Germany job. The 36-year-old is interested in working in the Premier League, and his short-term contract with the German Football Association leaves him open to approaches. Now, I repeat myself again, but I did a video on Nagelsmann a while back, and he was one of the managers I would want to replace Klopp. However, he has dropped in my estimations now since his time at Bayern Munich. And I did think it was kind of weird that he signed the contract he did with Germany, because it just kind of, it ticks over a little bit, I know at the time we didn't know, but Klopp's leaving Liverpool. His contract runs out in July. Is Klopp going to become the next German manager? And then he'll be free. So, FSG wouldn't have to pay a fee of anything like that to get him. They would obviously have to pay to get Xabi Alonso out. And I know that people say that he's got some sort of gentleman's agreement with Bayern Munich that he can leave, not Bayern Munich, with Bayer Leverkusen, that he can leave to go to any of the clubs that he's been to. But you can wipe your ass with a gentleman's agreement. It's not contractual, so they don't have to do it. And then the other one on my top 3 is the Sporting Lisbon manager, but apparently his contract, you'd have to pay 20 million to get him out of that. So, don't know. Next one is Conte, blah, blah, blah. Right, and then quotes here from the director of football. What Liverpool do next will dictate some of the direction of travel, but there will be movement elsewhere regardless. There's already a lot of talk about United and Bayern Munich becoming available. And then you've got the possibility of England, Germany, and there's always a chance of a change at Paris Saint-Germain. That's true, isn't it? That's true. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for some of the top managers, but there's also going to be a lot of real competition for the best jobs. While focus has already shifted to the summer merry-go-round, there could be changes in the Premier League before then with Roy Hodgson, blah, blah, blah. Don't need to know about that. And that's the end of the article, guys. And then there's a poll here at the end. So they've listed people who they think could be the next Liverpool manager. So they've got Xabi Alonso, De Zerbi, Ange Postecoglou, Steven Gerrard, Graham Potter, Eddie Howe, Thomas Tuchel, Jose Mourinho, and then they've got another where you can put a name in the comments. And there's been 16,000 votes on this so far. I'm going to just vote Alonso, just to see if it shows me the results. Why is it not doing it? It won't do it. Never mind. Let's have a look at the comments, see if anyone's putting your names in there. Yeah, it's not doing it either. Never mind, guys. Right, so I think as well we've got to thank Jurgen for leaving us in the state that he is. He came in when we were in a bit of a shambles, to be fair, and now we're in a position where all the top managers that are available could want to come to us, and all the upcoming ones as well. So I think we've got a choice of whoever we want. It could be potentially one of the easiest times that FSG would have had to have done this. If they'd have done it a year later or 2 years later, whatever, it could have been a lot harder for them to come up with who they're going to get in to replace him, because there might have not been the names available. But as I say, there's at least the 3 that are in my top 3 is Xabi Alonso, the guy from Sporting Lisbon, Amaron or something I think he's called, and Nagelsmann. They're all under 45 years of age. The other one that I would personally like is Hansi Flick, but there's nothing in regards to him being linked with Liverpool or anything like that. So as I'm saying, the top 3 for me is just based on ones that have actually been linked with the job at Liverpool, and there's got some sort of history behind it all in where they could come up with Liverpool as well. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I probably won't do another video for you until maybe tomorrow, depending on what there is to talk about. But yeah, just keep your eyes and ears open for them 3, Nagelsmann, Alonso and Amaron from Sporting Lisbon. Keep your eyes open. They're the ones I'm looking for. Right, guys, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you in the next one.